Welcome to Indianapolis, site of Super Bowl 46. It's here. It's game day. We're ready to go. Just a few hours from now, Giants and Patriots will kick it off. Super Bowl 46. Mark Hale here with Steve Serby for NYPost.com. I didn't introduce you today as the great Steve Serby.
Why is that?
That's a long week.
Can we do the intro over?
Mark Hale here with the great Steve Serby.
Now I'm ready.
Okay. Steve, it's here. It's been a long couple of weeks since the Giants' last game against the 49ers. Let's start with just kind of, it's funny, my sister woke up this morning and texted me, what's the vibe out there? What is the vibe out here?
Well, if you look behind me, you see the line at Starbucks
Yeah.
is doing very well.
Yes.
It's a very good vibe at Starbucks. There were all kinds of Giants fans in the lobby. This is obviously a Giants town this week because young Manning is going up against the hated Patriots of Brady and Belichick.
Right.
And the vibe is you can't get a cab if you want one. So half an hour I was waiting for a cab in the cold last night.
Right.
And then we went to
Maybe
the
they
Milano
just didn't
Inn.
want to take you.
Well, that could be too.
Right.
Went to the Milano Inn, a great Italian restaurant. And I have no ownership in it. But they told us to get back to the hotel, it would be an hour wait for a cab. People complain about, New York, Super Bowl. Do you think it's going to take half an hour for anyone to find a cab in New York?
No, because you're going to be driving everybody.
I might be. I might be driving a cab at that point.
All right, well, listen, we all made our picks in the newspaper, so they are on record, but we haven't gotten yours on camera yet. Who do you like and why?
Giants 27, Patriots 23.
Okay.
I think the Giants are going to run the ball better than the Patriots are.
Okay.
I see 2 touchdowns, maybe 2 for Bradshaw, maybe 1 for Bradshaw, 1 for Jacobs.
Okay.
I think they're going to run the ball. The Patriots are going to dare the Giants to run, and the Giants will happily oblige and keep Brady off the field. Not like Super Bowl 25, but
right.
I can see them 31 minutes time of possession. Jake Ballard was a big factor the first time,
yes,
if you remember, in the 24-20 Giants win in Foxborough, which means that Belichick will pay more attention to Ballard, which means that it's pick your poison. Somebody's going to have a big day, Nix, Cruz, or Manningham.
Mm-hmm. Or Bradshaw and Jacobs.
And, also Bradshaw or Jacobs.
Right.
And, of course, the big advantage is Eli Manning in the fourth quarter and JPP and company pressuring Brady. Manning doesn't have to worry about those bad boys.
Steve, give me a couple of things that you mentioned the running game. That's kind of something to.
Did
look
I mention
for.
the running game?
You did.
Oh.
Give me something else, maybe from a Patriots perspective, that you're curious to see how this plays out today.
The big question mark all week has been Gronkowski.
Yes.
And I expect him to play. There's no way he can be himself.
Right.
Especially if they shoot him up and he's got that long halftime delay.
Yes.
Madonna will be his worst nightmare. And Belichick.
She might be all of our worst nightmares.
That's a good point. No, don't diss Madonna. That's not nice.
Well, now let me ask you this with Gronkowski. Now
no Kabbalah for you.
That's right. Somebody mentioned this the other day. I can't remember who it was, but that, back in the Super Bowl a few years ago when it was the Eagles and Patriots, there was all this talk that even if T.O. plays, he won't be able to be what he is.
Yep.
And he had a monster game.
Yes, he did.
Can Gronkowski surprise us tonight?
The only way he'll surprise us, he won't surprise me, I can still see him being a threat in the red zone.
Right.
But I think Aaron Hernandez will catch the majority of the balls from Brady today. I think he'll be a problem for the Giants.
Yes.
But there's
no
way.
I picked Wes Welker MVP, by the way.
MVP?
Yes,
so you're
sir.
picking a Patriot win?
I picked a 17-14, same score as Super Bowl 42.
Yeah.
Patriots win this one.
Why are you picking the Patriot? On what grounds?
I think I do believe heavily in that Brady after a rough conference championship game and
wait a minute. You're saying Brady's going to rebound, but he's scoring 17 points.
But I think he'll play well. No turnovers. I think he'll manage the game properly. It's funny. I think that when we played in Super Bowl when we had Super Bowl 42 a few years ago, Eli Manning did not have a monster game. He played well, especially in the fourth quarter. But the Giants had 3 points going into that fourth quarter. And then all of a sudden he threw for the 2 touchdowns.
Well, when it mattered most, he was there.
Absolutely. And
but he's an elite quarterback now. He was not an elite quarterback then.
No question. And I just do believe that the Patriots right now, I mean, it's been talked about all week, and I think there is something to the, I think these guys are angry about Super Bowl 42.
Oh, please. There's a handful of guys from that team. Are you kidding me?
I think they've heard all week
angry
about it.
This is the Super Bowl. You can't. What more motivation do you need forget about revenge.
So you don't think that plays any factor?
I don't.
Emotion doesn't play a factor at all.
Well, emotion always plays a factor, but to think that revenge is going to be the difference in this game is naive. No offense. No disrespect intended, as Parcells, who got jobbed out of the Hall of Fame, would always say.
Well, that's a nice segue, because that's what I wanted to bring up next is, you were writing about this Hall of Fame for the last couple of days, and, you spoke to Bill Parcells. What do you think about all this? I mean, this seems crazy to a lot of people. Right.
It's a joke. I mean, it's the same thing. Harry Carson, waits years and years to get into the Hall. Look at some of the people. I mean, no offense to Cortez Kennedy.
Yeah, I know.
He gets voted into the class of 2012, and Bill Parcells, who resurrected 3 franchises,
right.
And you could survived 4 years with Jerry Jones, with Quincy Carter as his quarterback.
Won 2 Super Bowls and coached in 3.
I mean, and took a 1-15 Jets team 2 years later to the AFC Championship
yes, he
game.
Did.
The Jets.
Yes.
We're talking about the Jets.
Yes.
It's just an anti-New York bias, and there's people on the committee who shall remain unanimous. Get it? Unanimous?
I just see
a
what
joke.
you did there.
That was
yeah.
a joke.
Yeah.
That have an anti-New York bias, and it's a joke. Parcells belongs in the Hall. Everybody in football knows it.
Do you think he gets in at some point?
Oh, absolutely, he'll
Okay.
get in. But it's a shame to make the guy wait.
Yeah.
He's a first ballot for Hall of Famer. Case closed.
I agree. And I also I wonder if what we're seeing with Parcells and the Hall of Fame at some point affects...
With me?
No, with the voters not, voting him in. I'm wondering if this at some point was going to reflect negatively on Tom Coughlin. Because we're going to see this could potentially be a very similar case as Bill Parcells.
There's always that possibility, but I think Parcells also, in some voters' minds, with all his, I don't know if I'm going to retire, and breaking the contract, leaving Robert Kraft.
Yes.
I think some members of the media never forgot that, and that's a shame. I mean, the guy's a winner.
Yeah.
He's a Hall of Fame coach. Everybody knows.
Yeah, I agree. And now, what did you think about Curtis Martin getting in?
Curtis Martin deserves to get in. Only 2 players, 1,000 yards first 10 seasons.
Yes.
The guy was a class act, inspirational player, and tough as nails. Not the most athletic guy, got every ounce of what he had, and there isn't anybody who hasn't watched or dealt with Curtis Martin on a personal level that doesn't think he's a Hall of Fame player and a Hall of Fame person.
And now what about a few years from now, Michael Strahan?
Strahan should be first ballot Hall of Fame, no question. Even if Brett Favre flopped at his feet. No question. Super Bowl champ, all-time Giants sack leader.
Yes.
And tremendous leader. Tremendous leader.
Yes.
You wrote something early this week about...
I don't understand how Strahan's number is not retired yet by the Giants. A Giants official talked about how the Ring of Honor is kind of the way that they're paying tribute to players now, and that they might not even retire any more numbers, and that there's only so many they can retire because they still have to field a team. And I don't even understand that point, because the fact is no one has worn 92 since he played. So clearly you can field a team without 92 being in circulation, and he deserves to have it retired.
For once, you raised some legitimate points.
I was bound to eventually.
Yeah, law of averages.
So.
But you have makeup in here for cover up my pimple. I got a pimple the size of Vince Wilfork right here. It's the stress of dealing with you, I think.
Well, again, it was bound to happen sooner or later.
Yeah. Let's see. Look at see, there's a Giants fan there.
Yes, sir.
A couple of Patriots fans here in the lobby.
I see. There's Brady Gronkowski right there.
Really?
I don't know what they're doing here.
A Brewski jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mostly Giant fans here, and I'm going to the Canyon of Heroes parade Tuesday. He apparently is going to be up at the parade in Foxborough. There will be no parade in Foxborough, but Hale apparently is going to be there.
Yeah, well, we'll see which one of us is right, as we usually do. I think viewers know who's going to be right on this one.
I'm not Mr. Loser anymore.
Well, maybe not with football. All right, listen, we're going to be back, obviously, with more live.
How did you mean that?
We'll have one more live show for you guys. That'll be tomorrow morning, where we'll recap Super Bowl 46. And we'll talk to you guys about how it went, whether Serby is right, whether I'm right, and maybe we'll even look ahead to the offseason as well for both of these teams.
And I'll be at the MVP press conference tomorrow morning here in the hotel when Eli Manning gets his.
Eli, you pick?
Oh, Eli's going to be the MVP.
So 2 Super Bowl MVPs for Eli.
That's correct.
And counting? You get how many? All right, let me put you on the record.
Yeah.
How many Super Bowls does Eli Manning win?
I'm going to say 3 before he's done.
3.
Yeah.
So 3 for him.
3 for him.
Brady win any more or no?
I think Brady will get back to this game at some point. I will say 1 more for Brady, but not this one.
And Peyton, does he ever play again?
I don't know that. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't have his medical records.
Someone told me you had a crystal ball.
I do have a crystal ball, but it's very foggy.
It's a hazy crystal ball.
Yes.
It's not crystal.
It's really not, no. It's just a little ball.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap us up here from Indianapolis. Enjoy the game tonight. We'll talk to you more tomorrow. For Steve, I'm Mark. Thanks for watching.